Hey guys, it's me, Liv. So I wanted to bring you a quick video. I was doing some cards and for my stash, and I thought you guys may be interested in seeing how I did this. And it's super simple, so you may be seeing this a lot recently with the different type of masking templates, but I thought this was using some stuff that we've had in our stash. I'm sure tons of us have a bunch of embossing folders still left somewhere, and using some of the stencils that we have. So for this one, I am using this stencil, which is from Darcy. It's a chevron stencil, and then an Echo Park leaf stencil that I have here. The inks that I use for that one is Distress inks. I used Bundled Sage, Carved Pumpkin, and Bondor, and there's one more. Oh, and Brushed Corduroy is how I did that. So let's walk you through. It is a super quick on how I did that. So first up, you need a piece of paper in order to do the image with. So I'm taking some paper I have, some white paper that I have in my stash. I'm going to go ahead and trim it down to a typical paper size, which for a card, A2, which is 4 1/4 by 5.5. Now, what I'm using for quote-unquote stencil is a just an old piece of paper that I have that was left over from when I was cutting out for another project. So I said, oh look, I have my own handmade stencil here to kind of make that circle for other future projects. So let me go ahead and tape that down. Now I am going to really quickly just take my Distress inks, and I am going to do a light color on the bottom. And what I just did is some Bundled Sage. It's just to dullen up the white for this project. Don't need to put a lot. It's really just you know, that white really stands out when you're trying to do more of a fall theme, which has more deep, rich colors, not so much white. Oh, I'm going to need a little bit. So you may notice I'm not a huge washi tape person. What do I use washi tape for? Pretty much to hold things down. It's probably the extent of what you're going to see in my projects. Again, just lightly go around, create that image of that circle shade. You're going to keep this down. You're not going to lift anything up. So the next step, once you've done that, is to get your stencil. So I'm going to go ahead, take my stencil, tape it down so it's a little bit easier to work with. You could start with whatever particular color you want. I'm going back to that Bundled Sage and using it again. Now, what I would advise you to do, which is something that I did not do, is clean your stencil before you do a new one, but you can get the gist of what the project is supposed to look like. Oh, lost my little spongy. I do like to put multiple colors on top, kind of like the leaves. As you know, fall leaves don't have just one color, tend to have multiple colors on it, so that works very well in a fall themed project. to have multiple colors on it. Again, that was my carved pumpkin. Now I'm going to go to my barn door. Come in with that. Alright. Then all you need to do is lift your primary stencil, just this one, lift this stencil, then you're going to be left with a really cool, already colored up image. Next step I did was I die cut it out. So let me just get my die cut. You can use whatever size works for your project. This one I did use a 4-inch die cut. So again, there's no right or wrong here. It's whatever works. It'll be any shape or size that you want. Lost it in my mess that I call my desk. Yes, I know that rhymed. So, I'm going to cut it up. I have a Cuttlebug. That's my only die cutting thing besides my Cricut that I have. Very happy with it. I've had no complaints, so I will continue to utilize it. So, run it through. And now going to come out with your colored leaves. Now finally I'm going to come through with just a little bit of brown to get those edges down a bit. Smooth it out just a little bit. I just run it along my edges. Come in a little bit so you can bring that brown through. And ta-da, there is your center. Now as for the back of the card, again, I use the embossing folder. So you get whatever color you want to mount this on. You don't have to use the same one that I used. But I'm going to go ahead and do it again. Just so it's consistent. Now when you're doing embossing, when you're doing cutting and a Cuttlebug, you need a C and B plate. When you do embossing, you just need your B plate. So put that in there. Move this out the way. And I'm going to emboss this up. I have neglected my embossing folders over the years. I do very much enjoy my stencils. I have to say I have neglected my lovely embossing folders. So there is your image, your embossed background. Just adds just a nice touch. It's not that it's bad on a solid, but you can just see here's a solid and here is embossed, and it just adds a little bit of a extra touch to your card. I am actually not going to mount this right now to a card base. I ran out of my heavy base cardstock that I like to use. I do like to use 110 pound cardstock. for my card bases to make it a little bit more sturdy. So since I ran out, I'm just doing the fronts, and when that paper comes in, which should be any day now, I will go ahead and use that. And then you can use anything you want for the sentiment in the middle. I don't know if I have anything handy, but I'll find something to put there in the center on another time. But I just wanted to kind of show you that. Thought it would be something cute that you guys can do. Super, super simple if you have embossing and if you have stencils to use to create. And you can also, again, when you cut things out, such as this, don't view these or these as trash. You can reuse them to create other types of stencils. So just bringing that to you guys' attention as well. So reuse as much as you can. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will talk to all my lovely crafty friends out there soon. Have a great night. Take care.